Здравствуйте. Hello and welcome to Russian language class. Before moving on to today's lesson, let us quickly revise the topics that we have learnt in the previous lesson. If you remember, in the previous lesson we had learnt about the adjectives in the plural in the dative case and the prepositions that are used in the dative case. So, let us first look at the adjective part, singular adjective in the dative case. The question for masculine singular adjective that we use is kakomu, and for feminine gender we use kakoi. So, here I have written an interrogative sentence: kakomu drugu ti pishish pismo, kakomu drugu ti pishish pismo. To which friend are you writing a letter? So, here as you can see, drug is masculine, so we have used kakomu. Had it been padruga, then we would have used kakoi padruge ti pishish pismo. And how do you answer this question? You have to use the adjective in the dative case. Ya pishu pismo staramu drugu. Ya pishu pismo staramu drugu. So, here as you can see, stari has become staramu, old friend. So, I am writing a letter to an old friend. So, had it been padruga, we would have used ya pishu pismo starai padruge. So, stari becomes staramu with the masculine nouns and staraya becomes starai oi kratke with a feminine noun. So, this is how we change or we decline the form of adjectives in the dative case singular. We had also learnt the prepositions which are used in the dative case, and we have discussed the prepositions per, ka, blagodaria and saglasna. Per has different meanings. Per denotes the movement in different directions. For example, pavsimu miru, across the world, per raznim stranam, across different countries. Ka denotes the movement towards somebody or something. Kastalu towards the table, televizoru towards the television, kudrugu to the friend, and so on. And blagodaria, what does blagodaria means? Blagodaria means owing to or due to, owing to somebody or something, or due to somebody or something. For example, blagodaria sistre, thanks to or thanks to the sister. Saglasna, what does saglasna mean? Saglasna means according to, in accordance with, and so on. For example, saglasna zakonu, as per the law or in accordance with the law. Saglasna theory, according to the theory, and so on. So, these were the topics that we had learnt in the previous lesson. So, let us move on to the topics that we are going to learn today. We have already discussed how singular nouns, pronouns, adjectives decline in the dative case. Now, we will look at the plural nouns and their declension in the dative case. How do plural nouns decline in the dative case? We will start with the masculine and neuter nouns first. I have written here the nominative singular of the nouns here and their dative plural counterparts here. So, let us look at each one of them separately. The first noun I have written is studyant. Studyant ends with a hard consonant. So, it is a hard ending masculine noun. So, what happens when we have a hard ending consonant noun? We add am at the end to get its dative plural. Student, studiantam, The next one we have brat. Nominative singular is brat. Brat also ends with a hard consonant t. So, what happens when we use brat in the dative case in plural form? So, before making its plural in the dative case, you have to remember its nominative plural. So, what is the nominative plural of brat? It is bratya. Bratya ends with ya, which is a soft vowel. So, here we will use yam, bratyam, brat, bratyam. Giroi, the next noun, masculine noun we have is giroi. Giroi is hero. So, what happens when we use giroi in the dative case in the plural form? So, again similar to bratyam, we use yam here. Giroyam, giroi, giroyam. The next one we have is akno, which is a neuter gender noun. Akno, we add am to get its dative case plural form. The next one we have is more. More ends with a soft vowel ye. More, how do we use more in the dative case in plural form? We use yam, more, maryam. So, here as you can see, we have used two endings, am and yam. So, if a noun ends with a hard ending, then we use am. For example, in student, which ends with a hard consonant, akno, hard consonant, hard vowel o, we use am. But if a noun ends with a soft ending, then we use yam. Brat is an exception because it has an irregular plural. So, before making its dative plural, you have to first remember its nominative plural, and that is how we are going to change its form into the dative plural. So, student, studentam, brat, bratyam, giroi, giroyam, akno, again am, more, maryam. So, we will now look at the feminine nouns. How do feminine nouns decline in the dative case? Declension of feminine nouns in plural in the dative case. So, how do feminine nouns in plural decline in the dative case? Kniga. Kniga, if you look at the ending of this word, it has a hard vowel ending, which is a. Kniga. So, similarly, I mean, as we have done with the masculine and neuter gender nouns, if a noun ends with a hard ending, we use am in the dative plural. So, kniga, knigam. So, here we have used am. The next noun, feminine gender noun we have is auditoria. Auditoria, as you can see, ends with a soft vowel ya. So, what will happen when this auditoria is used in the dative plural? We will use yam, auditorium, auditoria, auditorium. So, here if a noun ends with a soft ending, we use yam. The third noun, the feminine noun we have written here is doch. Doch, you already know it is an irregular noun, it has an irregular plural, it has an irregular forms in the cases. So, what happens when we use doch in the dative plural? It changes its stem. So, doch becomes dachir and we use yam, dachiryam. So, doch, dachiryam, mach, machiryam. So, this is how we change the feminine nouns in the dative plural. So, once again let us repeat the rules. If a noun ends with a hard ending, we use am, and if a noun ends with a soft ending, we use yam. So, these are the endings that we use in the dative case. Now, we will look at the examples. How do we use these plural nouns in the dative case? We have discussed about the declension of nouns in plural in the dative case. Now, we will look at some of the examples where we have used the nouns in the dative case in plural form. I have written some questions, few interrogative sentences and their answers. Kamu video che. As you remember that the sk denotes movement towards someone or something. Kamu video che. Where are you going to or to whom are you going? Me idiom kudruziam. We are going to our friends or our friend's place. So, here as you can see we have used druziam, which is the dative plural of druk. Me idiom kudruziam. This idiom is from the verb ichi, which is a verb of motion, to go and to come. Kamu vidioche me idiom kudruziam. The next interrogative sentence here is Kamu vi napisali pisma. Kamu vi napisali pisma. To whom did you write the letter? Mi napisali pisma braciam. So, here as you can see there are two objects, pisma is direct object and braciam is the indirect object. So, direct object is denoted with the help of which case? Accusative case, and indirect objects in the dative case. So, mi napisali pisma braciam. We wrote the letter to brothers. Kamu nilzea kurit. Kamu nilzea kurit. Who should not, who should never smoke. Kurit is to smoke. And how do we answer this question? We have already done that these constructions, they are impersonal constructions, and as the logical subject we use the noun in the dative case. So, how will you answer this question? We will use a noun in the dative case. Sportsmenam nilzea kurit. Sportsmenam nilzea kurit. Sportsmen should never smoke. So, here as you can see sportsmen has become sportsmenam, which is the dative plural form of sportsmen. Kamu vi paslali pasilku. So, here there is a new verb paslach. Paslach is to send. Paslach pasilku. Pasilka is parcel. To whom did you send the parcel? And how do you answer this question? Again we will use noun in the dative case. Ya paslal pasilku radicilium. Ya paslal pasilku radicilium. So, I sent the parcel to the parents. So, these are some of the examples where we have used the nouns, plural nouns in the dative case. Druziam, bratiam, sportsmenam и родителям. We will now look at the possessive pronouns, demonstrative pronouns and determinative pronouns in plural in the dative case. So, how do these pronouns decline in the dative case in plural form? So, I have written here possessive pronouns first. Mai, tvai, nashi, vashi. These are the nominative case forms of the possessive pronouns moi, tvoi, nash and vash. These are in plural, nominative plural forms. So, what happens when these pronouns are used in the dative case? Mai becomes maim, tvai, tvaim, nashi, nashim, vashi, vashim. Maim, tvaim, nashim, vashim. So, this was about possessive pronouns, and as we have already discussed that io, ivo and ich, these are the third person possessive pronouns, they do not change their forms in any of the cases. So, ivo, io and ich will remain the same in the dative case. So, now let us move on to the demonstrative pronouns eti and che. So, these are the nominative plural form of etat and tot. So, what happens when these pronouns are used in the dative case? Eti, etim, चे, चेम, एचिम and chiem. So, these are the dative plural of etat and tot. So, now the third type of pronoun I have written here as determinative pronoun. So, this is the nominative plural of the determinative pronoun vase. This is vse. So, what happens when this pronoun is used in the dative case? Vse, vsem. As you can see, what we have done is we have added an additional m after the nominative plural forms of these pronouns. So, that is why mai, maim, twai, twaim, nashi, nashim, vashi, vashim, achi, achim, che, chiem, vse, vsem. So, this is how we decline the possessive, demonstrative and determinative pronoun in the dative case. So, now we will look at some of the examples. Now, let us look at some of the examples of possessive, determinative and demonstrative pronouns in the dative case. So, how these pronouns are used in the sentences. So, I have written here a few sentences. So, we will have a look at each one of them separately. Chim padrugam viraskazali a filme. This chim has come from chei, chia, chio and chi. If you remember, this interrogative word is answered with the use of possessive pronouns. So, whenever you have these interrogative words in the sentence, we will use a possessive pronoun in the answer. So, chim padrugam viraskazali a filme. To whose friends did you narrate or did you tell about the movie? So, you can answer this question simply by saying Vashim padrugam. So, here in the answer to this interrogative word, I have used the possessive pronoun Vashi. In the dative case, Vashim padrugam, to your friends, or you could have said Ya raskazal a filme Vashim padrugam. So, this is the short answer. So, this is how you can also answer this question. So, to whom did you tell about the movie? Vashim padrugam, to your friends. The next interrogative sentence we have is Kakim studiantam prapadavachal dal chitaraji. Kakim studiantam prapadavachal dal chitaraji. To which students the teacher gave the notebooks. So, here as you can see, Chitaraji is the direct object and Kakim studiantam denotes the indirect object. So, when the question is Kakim, we have done it earlier also. When the question is Kakoi, Kakaya, Kakoi and Kakiye, we use either adjectives or pronouns. So, here we will use demonstrative pronoun. Achim studiantam, to these students. To which students? To these students. This is how we use the demonstrative pronouns in the answer. Kakim studiantam prapadavachal dal chitaraji, prapadavachal dal chitaraji, achim studiantam. The next question we have is Kamu vidali bilyeti na vecher. Kamu vidali bilyeti na vecher. The vecher is bilyeti na vecher. Bilyet is ticket. Ticket to the party. So, vecher also means evening and it also means party. Kamu vidali bilyeti na vecher. To whom did you give the tickets to the party? You can use the determinative pronoun vse in the answer. Vsem druzyam, vsem druzyam, vsem druzyam, to all the friends. Ya dal bilyeti na vecher vsem druzyam. So, I gave the tickets to all the friends. So, these are some of the examples where we have used the possessive pronouns, demonstrative pronouns and determinative pronouns in the sentences. So, we will now move on to the next topic. So far we have learned the plural forms of nouns and pronouns. Now we will look at the adjectives plural forms in the dative case. So, how plural of adjectives decline in the dative case. So, I have written here the nominative plural forms of the adjectives in the first column, and the second column represents their dative counterpart. So, how do nominative plural changes into dative plural? The first adjective I have written here is красивее, which is beautiful. So, how do we use красивее in the dative case? We simply replace the last letter, which is ye here, with m. красивее, красивым. хорошее, хорошим. Again we have done the same thing, we have replaced the last letter with m. большие, большие is big, большим. синие, синим. So, in all the cases, I mean with all the adjectives we have done the same thing, we have replaced the ending or the last letter with m. Now, let us look at some of the examples. Каким преподавательницам вы хотите подарить цветы? Каким преподавательницам вы хотите подарить цветы? Каким преподавательницам? So, here the interrogative word is used here is каким. To which teachers? Преподавательница is female teacher. To which female teachers do you want to give flowers? Подарить is to give a gift or to gift someone something. So, to which teachers do you want to give flowers? So, how will you answer? We will use the adjectives in the dative case. Since преподавательницам is in the plural, so we will use the plural form of adjectives as well. Нашим старым преподавательницам. Нашим старым преподавательницам. So, here каким is replied with the adjective in the plural form. Нашим are old teachers. So, старые has become старым, which means old. The next example is каким студентам преподаватель объясняет урок? Каким студентам преподаватель объясняет урок? To which students the teacher is explaining the lesson. Объяснять means to explain. Объяснять, to explain, and it takes что and кому. To which students the teacher is explaining the lesson. Новым студентам, to new students. So, here again we are using the dative plural form of the adjective novi. So, novi has become novim. Старым, новым. So, this is about the adjective in plural in the dative case. Now, we will learn about the expression skolka vam let. How old are you? So, this is how we ask someone about his or her age. Skolka vam let. As you can see, this vam is in the dative case. So, whenever you ask someone about his or her age, we use this construction skolka vam let. If you want to use a noun here, again this noun will be in the form of dative case. For example, skolka let вашему отцу. How old is your father? So, wherever you want to ask someone about his or her age, we use that particular noun or pronoun in the dative case. Now, how do we answer this question? Skolka vam let, how old are you? Мне, again this мне is in the dative case form. Мне 22 года. Мне 22 года. I am 22 years old. Сколько лет вашему отцу? Моему отцу 51 год. Моему отцу 50 ajin got. So, my father is 51 years old. Now, the third interrogative sentence here is Skolka liet vaši sestre. Skolka liet vaši sestre. How old is your sister? Моей сестре 28 лет. Моей сестре 28 лет. My sister is 28 years old. Now, the question is, as you can see, here we have used goda, here we have used got, and here we are using let. So, we have three forms of the same noun, which is got. So, where do we use got, where do we use goda, and where do we use let? I have drawn a table here. If the number, if the cardinal number ends with 1, we use got. As you can see, with 51 or 50 ajin, we are using got. If the number ends with either 2, 3 or 4, we use goda. 22 goda. And if the number ends with either 5 up to 20 or 0, we use let. For example, 28 let. So, for 53, if you say 53 goda, 45 45 let, 42 42 goda, and so on. So, you have to remember these three forms of the noun got, and accordingly you have to use with the numbers. So, if the number ends with 1, we use got, if the number ends with 2, 3, 4, we use goda, and if the number ends with 5 up to 20 or 0, we use let. Skolka vam let, minie 22 goda, minie 43 goda, minie 50 ajin god, minie 53 goda, minie 58 let, and so on. So, this is how we express or denote age using the dative case. This construction you have to remember, because this we will use while introducing ourselves. Now, we will read out a text, and please pay attention to the use of nouns in the dative case. Please listen carefully. Меня зовут Светлана. У моего брата Антона нормальная семья. На Новый год он обычно дарит футбольный мяч сыну, потому что сын любит футбол. Он дарит новое платье дочери, потому что она любит красивую одежду. Он дарит духи жене, потому что его жена любит французские духи. А у меня семья очень странная. Я дарю футбольный мяч дочери, потому что она любит играть в футбол. Посуду, кастрюли и сковородки я дарю мужу, потому что он любит готовить. А муж мне дарит бумагу, потому что я писатель. Я люблю бумагу, как кот молоко. А брату я дарю лягушек. Не живых, конечно, он их коллекционирует. I'll read out the text once again. Меня зовут Светлана. My name is Svetlana. У моего брата Антона нормальная семья. My brother Anton or Anton has a normal family. На Новый год он обычно дарит футбольный мяч сыну, потому что сын любит футбол. On New Year, he usually gifts a football to his son because his son loves football. Он дарит новое платье дочери, потому что она любит красивую одежду. He gifts a new dress to his daughter because she loves beautiful dress. Он дарит духи жене, потому что его жена любит французские духи. And he gives perfumes to his wife because his wife loves French perfume. А у меня семья очень странная. And I have a very strange family. Я дарю футбольный мяч дочери, потому что она любит играть в футбол. I gift a football to my daughter because she loves to play football. Посуду, кастрюли и сковородки я дарю мужу, потому что он любит готовить. Посуда is crockery, кастрюля, pot, сковородка is pan. So these things I give to my husband because he loves to prepare food or he loves to cook. А муж мне дарит бумагу, and my husband gifts me paper, потому что я писатель, because I'm a writer. Я люблю бумагу, как кот молоко. I love paper as the cat loves milk. А брату я дарю лягушек, and I gift my brother frog. Не живых, not live frogs, of course. Он их коллекционирует. He collects them. So this is about the text which is titled Странная семья. Странная семья is strange family. So this is all for today's lesson. What all we have learnt? We have learnt the nouns, pronouns and adjectives in the dative plural, and we have also learnt how to denote our age and how to ask someone or somebody his or her age. So this is all. See you in the next class. Till then, спасибо, до свидания.